This is a video of my 2002 SVT Focus. It's been having bad exhaust smell inside the car for a while. I've fixed a lot of leaks. I tightened up everything in the front as far as the manifold to the head, the turbo to the manifold, the wastegate to the manifold, the dump tube to the wastegate, all exhaust connections, brand new exhaust gaskets, brand new FSWERKS 2.5-inch stainless steel stealth catback exhaust system that was just put on. Spent about $1,000 having it put on. It looks really nice. The slip joints were welded rather than being put together with the exhaust paste because that always leaks as well. So I was going for 0 exhaust leaks. The car does have a custom turbocharger on it. The valve cover breather line and the PCV line I have routed from the engine up front all the way to the back here. This is the valve cover breather hose and the PCV. They're just venting to atmosphere now all the way to the back. I had them just going straight down in the engine bay, but I was trying to rule out any possibility of exhaust fumes getting into the car. I have put grommets in the 2 firewall holes that I have for vacuum lines and gauge lines and stuff like that. I've replaced my valve cover grommets for the valve cover bolts. Those were looking pretty beat up. And I really don't know how exhaust fumes are still getting in, and I'm pretty much at my wit's end. So this is a little test that my friend recommended I do. He thinks that the exhaust fumes could be coming in through the hatch seal or the brake lights. So I have put painter's tape around the entire hatch seal and the brake lights. They are aftermarket brake lights, so maybe, you know, it doesn't seal as well around the edge of the car. We're just trying to rule everything out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this up here in a second. I have my carbon monoxide meter here. This reads in parts per million. I'm outside in my front yard and it's reading 0 parts per million as it should. We'll get in the car and we'll see what happens. I think it's still gonna leak because I think it's leaking from somewhere in the front of the car under the engine bay still. But we'll see. Okay, so let's just set that on the seat. And we're going to start it up. I'm going to have all my windows closed, including the sunroof. I'm going to set the car to recirculate the air, so it's just the air in here. So we're at 0 right now before I've started the engine. So if any exhaust is getting in, I mean, I don't know how it's getting in. I know that it'll come through any tiny crack, even when the vents are closed, because that's what always happens. So here we go. Okay, air is on, set to recirculate. Get my gauges on here. Also, the car is running on an incomplete tune right now, and it is running rich, so that could be part of it, the fact that it's running rich. But then again, you know, there shouldn't be any fumes getting in here whatsoever. Last time I was in the car, it got as high as 8 or 9 parts per million, which I know isn't bad. I mean, you can be exposed to 8 or 9 parts per million for several hours, and supposedly you won't have anything really more than a headache, according to OSHA standards. But it's unacceptable to me. It's not a daily driver if it's going to be like that. Yeah, and any other regular unmodified car that I've ever had this meter in is always at 0, and it should always be at 0. So we've had the car running for, I don't know, maybe a minute now, and we're still at 0, which is good. I'm surprised the car is reading lean right now. It's at 15.2. Maybe we haven't got into closed loop yet, though. It's trying to hit the 14.7. But just the car idling and sitting here, it doesn't get fumy. It happens when I start driving it. So let's go for a little drive around the block. I'm not going to go very far because, like I said, I anticipate the car is going to get fumy. And it's just not drivable for long periods of time when it's like this. Just turn the air down a little bit. Maybe it's too loud. You guys have a hard time hearing me. Okay. Okay, so the meter's still at 0. Still at 0. I think I might smell a hint of exhaust already. And the car's still cold. Can't see anything. We're still at 0. I'm starting to smell a little bit of exhaust. However, the meter still says 0. The car's starting to warm up now. So it's almost up to operating temp. We're still at 0. Really haven't gotten on it or anything. I can't go into boost really with this incomplete tune. Oh, there we go. The meter just went to 1. Meter is now reading 1 ppm, which is still unacceptable to me. It should always be 0. Let's make a quick turn and get on it a little bit. Yeah, it's too lean to be going into boost. The meter's still at 1. The second I start going into boost, and it's still at 12, that's a little concerning for me. Still at 1. This is a lot better than it has been before I taped the rear area of the car. So maybe my friend was right. I've even gone into boost a little bit, and I mean that's creating more exhaust fumes going through the manifold and all the exhaust pipes. still at 1. Sorry for the bad filming, guys. It's hard to film and drive and hold this meter all at the same time. Much better if I had a passenger, but I don't like exposing people to the fumes. Oh, we just got to 2 parts per million. It just went up another ppm. Well, it seems as if the tape has definitely slowed the fumes getting in, because by now, I mean, I've taken the car for 30-second drives or 2-minute drives, and by the time I get, you know, down the street of my neighborhood, it's already up at like 8 or 9 ppm, and the whole car just smells bad, like exhaust inside. So the fact that it's only at 2 right now is it's not so bad, but it means that it's still getting in. However, it does seem like the fumes are getting in much more slowly. So maybe it is all the rubber seals on the hatch and the taillights, because this car is a 2002, so it's probably made in 01, so it's probably 11 years old. And you know, anything that's rubber starts to fail and crack. Especially, this car has been an Arizona car all its life, so it's exposed to, you know, 110 degrees, 106 degrees for a good time of the year here, because it's so damn hot. So it just destroys rubber components here in the desert. But yeah, maybe that's it. So I guess I will try replacing all that rubber back there, and maybe getting some new OEM taillights. And I will make another video to update if this problem is ever fixed. Because at this point, I was considering just selling the damn car, because I was about ready to give up. I couldn't find what the hell the problem was. However, this might have given me a little bit more motivation to keep trying to fix this problem and maybe start daily driving this car again, and finish getting it tuned as well. So it stayed at 2, and we drove the car for quite a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the car off now. I'm gonna get out of the car. Look at how quickly, as soon as I got out of the car, 1 and then 0, as we got out of where the fumes were inside the cabin. Thanks for watching, guys. I will make another video once I get a couple more things fixed. Thanks.